Obsessive is a good way to describe my feelings towards good photo modes in games. Like, look at the amount of Final Fantasy XIV and Animal Crossing screenshots I've taken. I may have a problem. So when I heard about Toem, a cute point-and-click adventure game with a focus on photography, needless to say, I was very interested in talking about it. I really liked how quickly the game gets started. As soon as you click on the title screen, you take control of this adorable little dude. The controls are extremely simple. While there are useful keyboard shortcuts, everything can be done with the mouse alone. You can click to move, click to interact, click to open inventory, everything. The small starting area called Homelanda is a genuinely great and quick tutorial on how the game works, and introduces the world and your goals well. Your Nana wants you to go on a journey to experience Toem, just like she did at your age. What's Toem? I don't know, she only tells you that it's amazing and where to go, giving the story an exciting mystery to find out what that even means. Then she gives you a camera so you can record your adventure. After taking a bus to Oaklaville, the game properly begins. What I was really interested in seeing is how you build a game entirely around a photo mode, and I'm happy to say that it somehow pulls it off extremely well. Describing why it works is a little complicated, as I don't believe it's like one big thing that makes it fun, but actually every single part of the game working together to make the simple act of taking pictures fun and almost addictive, though the latter is probably just me. One reason that you've probably already noticed is the striking colorless visuals. While blacks, whites, and grays can be associated with sadness, blandness, or seriousness, Toem is the complete opposite of that in every way possible, and this is reflected in basically every part of the game, and the camera is vital for emphasizing this. While the game is normally in an isometric perspective with 2D cute hand-drawn sprites in a 3D area, the camera is in first person, allowing you to get really close and appreciate the work that went into the world. It's a weird place, and there's always something funny or strange to find in every corner. Snowballs so big they're basically mini planets, sneaking into an exclusive rave in the forest, or finding large monsters in the wild. They all have a gameplay purpose too. You collect stamps for completing quests, and once enough have been collected in an area, you're allowed to take the bus to the next place for free. You got no moolah, so you gotta help the people to continue your journey. These take advantage of the camera and how it works in creative ways. Like, the fixed perspective means that there's going to be some things you can't see, but then you can swap to the camera to look under objects or around corners to find funny things like a little Tato on a skateboard. These Tatos can be found throughout the game doing different things, and I always smiled when I saw one. I love them so much. Many of the quests are basically riddles, and you're given at least one as soon as you enter a new area, motivating you to observe the environment with stuff like, become a flower? Oh, like go in the photo frame and take a selfie, right, I get it now. Or become an astronaut? Oh, you gotta find a building with fake stars, planets, and a cute alien Tato dude, then put a costume on with everything in frame. I found these to be incredibly satisfying to solve. Though it isn't just the creative use of the camera gameplay that makes these fun, it's the silly situations that you find yourself in and the extremely charming writing that makes doing them worth the effort. Impressing an artist by getting your camera coated in mud, then taking a picture as it's avant-garde, so fancy, so experimental. And I named the picture Fuck because I'm immature. There's a quest where you gotta find the perfect date spot for you and a ghost in a busy city. There's one where a Yeti asks you to take a picture of a fluffy animal. Obviously it's this one, and I spent a few minutes taking pictures with them because look at them, they're adorable. And also, this is my favorite picture I took in the whole game, look at it. Many of the quests link together in interesting ways, like this one where you use the zoom feature on the camera to spot ships that have crash-landed onto an island, and then a big horn is used to blast them off. I did get a laugh out of like how absurd this was. How did a ship get up there? What the hell? Once you've saved all the ships, you're rewarded with a little horn. This is used to tell seagulls to go away, unlocking new areas to explore with new quests, and it's used to solve other quests too. I could go on forever about the amount of entertaining stuff to do and situations you end up in Toem, but I'll stop myself here as to not spoil the whole game for you. I also enjoyed filling out the Compendium. You can take pictures of the many interesting creatures in the world, and it'll automatically go into the album, like all of the developers' pets. And yes, of course, you can pet them, that means it's a good game. There's even an Easter egg that gets you a picture of the team, which is incredibly cool but basically impossible to find without a guide. Something We Made is based in Sweden, and I'm happy that they've used their country as inspiration for the game's locales and have managed to capture the feeling of going on a trip in Scandinavia. This is especially obvious with some of the names of the things throughout the game, like, well, I'm going to butcher these if I even try, and that's going to be embarrassing, but I'm going to do it anyway. Kirjeberg, Stanham, and... Okay, I tried to Google how to even attempt this, but here we go. Fjellbjorn Arna. Just write a comment if I fucked up badly. While you're exploring the world, you've got your hike lady to listen to music with. You're really dodging the lawyers there, guys. The soundtrack is fantastic and one of the most important parts of the game for setting up the chill vibes throughout. Once you unlock a song from an area, you can listen to it whenever, which is pretty cool. It's actually like a music player and not just video game background music, which is neat. It fits with the whole going on a journey theme. The sound design is absolutely stellar too. There's a lot of subtle ambience and noises from the environment that really help with immersion, and all the sound effects are really nice, which is important for a chill game like this. Like, satisfying clicks, pops, and, bouncy sounds? I'm still not great at describing audio, but it's very clear a lot of attention was put into the sounds, and I do really appreciate it. Toem is such a fun, relaxing, wholesome game because it manages to do well in every area. Writing's cute, visuals are striking and adorable, gameplay's simple but creative, and the audio sets the mood perfectly. I had a great time and I hope to see more from the devs in the future. By the time the novelty of the game wears off and it gets a bit repetitive, the game ends, which is why I think the game's short length, which was about 6 hours for me to 100%, it will probably be shorter for you, is a huge positive here. In an industry dominated by games that deliberately manipulate players into sinking as much time as possible into it, it's always respectable to have a simple game that has a clear goal, experience, and story to tell, achieves this excellently, then ends on a strong note. If you've got the money and afternoon spare and you just want to have a nice time, you seriously can't go wrong with Toem.